First of all, again, I'd like to welcome everybody and hope you're all doing well on this very, very windy November the 6th. My name is Bonnie Keith. My company is Video Magic Productions, and I'm actually the creative and visual director for the Foundation for Senior Services, which means that I am creating and providing a lot of visual content, mostly via video, to help promote the mission statement and the cause of the foundation and help them market, get their voice out there, which is what I do for people and for businesses. But today is all about leaving a forever legacy, and I'm going to start sharing my screen. The Foundation for Senior Services, which helps seniors age well, and again, today is about leaving a forever legacy, memories and inspirations, and it's hosted by the SSG Northeast chapter. And just a little bit about the foundation, and I'm sure that I'm speaking to the choir, but all of you know the mission of the foundation is to provide seniors and their families with education such as what we're doing today, options and resources so that they can choose quality care and support that will help them preserve their independence. And I, for one, am so grateful to the foundation personally for them helping me through the last couple of years with my husband, who had very profound dementia over the last 2 years, unfortunately passed away at the end of May. And if it weren't for the foundation helping me navigate those murky waters of everything that I had to deal with, I probably wouldn't be here speaking to you today. So thank you, Foundation. Here's one person very personally, knowing the power of what the foundation can do. We have 300 plus certified specialists providing the education services and support. And they are certified, which means that anyone that you are referred to or that you refer someone to who is part of the foundation or a senior specialist has been certified, which means that you don't have to worry about them. They are the top of the line in their industry. So we have a Find a Specialist program where you can actually find a specialist in just about any area of business in the senior community that you need to help seniors and their families. The Age Well Academy is what we have right here. There are tons and tons, and you'll see the calendar at the end of this presentation of all of the classes that the Age Well Academy does in just even 1 month. Today alone, I believe there are 3 classes going on. There's this one, there's another one on sleep, they're all over the place. Some are in person, some are on Zoom. We have the Social Call Companion, which this is a time where there are many people that feel very, very, very much alone. They don't even have family. And we have a program where people will actually call a senior to make their day and have them feel that there's someone that they can talk to. It makes all the difference in the world to these seniors. And Age Well at Work, we have a program where we're actually helping, it's resources for employers to help them support both aging employees and caregivers, because a lot of people that are working now are both themselves aging, people, so they need to know how to take care of them, and there's other people that are caregivers to their family who are aging. So there's a ton of stuff that we do for the senior community and their families. So welcome. Today's presenters. Rebecca Little is a portrait photographer. She's been a portrait photographer for 15 years, is the owner of Rebecca Little Photography based in Pasadena. Her superpower is making people feel comfortable in front of the camera, which is so important. She's a proud member of the Foundation for Senior Services, and she believes that seniors should have beautiful portraits that make them feel seen, heard, and appreciated. And we'll be hearing from Rebecca in a second. And again, I am Bonnie Keith. My company is Video Magic Productions. I've won about 17 awards, being the #1 videographer in Santa Clarita, which is where I started my business. I'm also a professional actress, video marketing coach, and the visual creative director for the foundation. I've been working in this industry for over 30 years. I started my first video production company in 1978, before video was video. So I approach video creation like movie making. I wanted to tell a story, have an emotional impact on the audience, and to leave a legacy. Legacy, hot topic. There's many avenues to to preserving your forever legacy. And just a few of them are photographs, video and film, artwork, digital scrapbooking, written works, social, legal, and end-of-life arrangements, and financial scholarships, other monetary gifts. The possibilities are almost endless, but today we're only going to focus on the first two, which we will just about have time for: photos and videos. So I'm going to have Rebecca take it away. And here you go, Rebecca Little.
Thank you, Bonnie, and welcome to everyone. And thank you for joining Bonnie and my presentation. We're very happy that you're here. And I'm Rebecca Little, as my bio said. I live in Pasadena with my husband, and I'm a recent empty nester. I grew up in a small town in Ohio, and I've lived in LA now for over 30 years. I've been a professional photographer for at least 15 years, and my specialty is portraits. So I'm going to talk about invisibility among seniors, some of the causes, how we can change the way we think about aging, and how having a visual legacy and existing in photos can defy the feeling of invisibility. So what is invisibility? It's being ignored, it's being dismissed, unseen, or unheard. As we age, we can feel invisible in lots of ways. Invisibility can feel like maybe not as much attention is given to your opinion by younger people. It can mean being underestimated at work. It can mean being condescended to. It can mean feeling ignored in social settings. We can feel like we're unwanted and we're outsiders in society. Sadly, we can participate in our own invisibility by withdrawing from society. Defiance can mean staking your claim and making your voice heard. It can mean feeling like you deserve to be seen, heard, and celebrated. It can mean keeping a positive attitude so you can appreciate the benefits of aging and can thrive. Next slide, please. Okay, my why I enjoy photographing seniors. So I enjoy creating photos, portraits for seniors, and I think it's important. And one reason is because I saw how my mom and dad were diminished by age and retirement. I saw how their social impact changed. I saw how they were infantilized. I would take them to doctor's appointments and see how they were spoken to like they were children and condescended to. I saw how my dad lost focus when he didn't go to work every day. I saw my mom especially become more invisible as she aged. When my dad entered assisted living, he was still lauded for his career and his work and being a veteran. But my mom's accomplishments of raising a family and volunteering were invisible and not considered as important. And I think that a lot of women's work is not considered as valuable, and aging just exacerbates that. Another reason I was drawn to creating portraits was how it made me feel when I stepped in front of the camera and had my own portrait taken. My own transformative portrait experience was when I studied with a New Zealand portrait photographer, Sue Bryce, who's one of the most well-known portrait photographers in the world. And I met her in 2015, and she's taken my photo many times since then. And not only did the experience of having this magazine-style photo shoot, being pampered with hair and makeup and outfit changes, it made me feel seen and valued. And what was special about my portrait experience was the way that I was taken care of and listened to and pampered to and meant to feel special. And the way that I felt is something I wanted to replicate for others. So I think seniors especially can benefit from the experience of being celebrated and seen, heard, and valued. Next slide. So why seniors feel invisible? Well, the media doesn't really cover aging issues. We heard, about nursing home lockdowns during COVID. We hear about elder abuse, but not so much about seniors as a thriving part of our society. The focus is on our limitations, like seniors are a problem to be solved. And seniors are poorly represented in entertainment. It's rare to see older people featured in a respectful way, usually wear a punchline. We don't need aging to be sugarcoated. we just don't want to be dismissed. And one of the shows that really shows aging in a positive light is Grace and Frankie, because they treat seniors as well-rounded people with full lives who have ups and downs, family conflicts, divorce, and strong friendships. And there's another show from the 1990s. As time goes by, it was a British show, and it features seniors who fell in love during the war, lost touch, reconnected in their 60s, and they have full lives and careers, and it shows older people as well-rounded with full lives. It's an accurate representation. But there's not a lot of other role models for thriving, complex senior living. And there can be invisibility in the workplace. If we don't see people over 65 in our office because they retired or maybe even been pushed out. Invisibility can be attributed to ageism, which is defined as prejudice or discrimination on the grounds of a person's age. Older people can be seen as boring or dated, as more conservative, sedentary, or not having much to offer. So all of these perceptions can lead us to feeling invisible. Next slide. The dangers of being invisible. So we all know the risk associated with aging. Isolation, maybe friends have died, maybe they've moved away in retirement, entered assisted living, moved to be closer to their grandkids, maybe their political views have changed, or you've just grown apart. Maybe you don't have as much money in retirement, so you don't socialize like you did before. Maybe you have limited mobility and can't leave home as easily. And we all know isolation can lead to depression, dementia, and just overall poor health. So we know it's important to continue to see our friends, leave the house, and have social contact. Next slide. So honoring aging. So this one is important. It's important to honor the significance of what is taking place in our own lives. And this is Japanese photography Mayumi Suzuki. She lives in Tokyo, and her parents died in the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. And she found one of her father's cameras in the mud, and she began to take pictures with it. And she created this beautiful handmade book in memory of her family history with damaged photos that she found of her parents and pictures of the destruction all around her. Because it was important to her that she documented her parents' life, and it was committed to visual memory. And there was another photographer who had gone to Kamishi, the same earthquake and tsunami, but a different town, to take photographs of the rebuilding, what the town was, what it was becoming, and what it is, which is exactly like our aging process. It's like who I was, who I'm becoming, and who I am. And he said something that stuck with me. He said, if I don't stand in the same place every time, I won't see the significance of what takes place. And if we have children, we remember taking photographs of them at every stage of their childhood because they grow so fast. If you don't take photographs every month, every season, every year, you'll miss the significance of what's happening in their lives. But we don't feel as comfortable documenting our own lives. But we can find meaning, even joy, in aging. We can be self-conscious about aging, having more wrinkles, missing our beauty or our strength, our strong body. But it's always important to exist in photos. I always say this to moms who never want to be in the pictures. They just want photos of their kids. And I tell them you need to exist in photos because your family is going to want these photos one day. They're going to search for photos of you, and they're going to be so grateful when they find photos. Next slide. So positive aging. That's how we choose to define, view, and accept changes, and it's crucial to our ability to age gracefully. And this is a picture on screen of a mom, and her mom was visiting, and we took family photos, but she wanted her mom obviously in the photos with the kids. And I just love this moment between them where they're both laughing on the back patio. So cultures define aging differently. In Japan, China, and South Korea, there's an emphasis on maintaining group harmony and cohesion. So the well-being of the group takes precedence over individual desires. Whereas in the US, we place a premium on self-sufficiency. So when we age and need help, we lose some of our value. And women are valued for their beauty. So when youthful beauty fades, we can often feel ignored. But aging and needing help or losing our beauty is not bad. It's just our attitude that defines it. And we can reframe the way that we view aging. We can celebrate the wisdom and insight that come with age. We can change our perspective on aging and view our later times as a time of meaning and growth. There's a saying attributed to Betty Davis, old age isn't for sissies. Our society values youth and beauty, and that can be really discouraging to older folks. Reframing aging is not only about changing societal perceptions, but empowering ourselves to embrace our later years with confidence and dignity. It's important to feel good about ourselves, to have an internal contentment and good humor about the changes of aging. Kathleen Toomey, in her TEDx talk, says that the key to successful aging is not to let loneliness overtake your life. She says to defy expectations, grow your friendships, and celebrate your age. You can start now by focusing on gratitude. Gratitude journals are so popular now for a really good reason. It really does improve the way you think about your life if you focus on the positives. It's very easy to give in to that negative loop of negative thoughts in your head unless we take steps to counteract it. You can practice good habits, the ones we all know about: exercise, eat healthy, socializing online or in person. These habits can lead to feeling good about ourselves. You can also find inspiration on social media. On TikTok and Instagram, I follow women in their 60s, 70s, 80s who document their life, and they're wearing their outfit of the day. They have a pleasure in putting together outfits, maybe making lunch, showing off their kitchens, showing off how their gardens, how they're decorating their house. There are men who have accounts about how to fix things around the house that are very popular. And these accounts are valuable. There's no need to hide away. It's okay to celebrate your life and to create a visual legacy. Next slide. Okay, how photography can help. So a portrait session is all about you. The focus is celebrating you, whether you sit for a traditional portrait or an environmental portrait. It's a way to celebrate you, and the focus is on you. You're seen and heard and valued. So a traditional portrait is being posed and lit in a flattering way that shows who you are and celebrates who you are. It's a portrait like you'd see in a museum or a magazine. An environmental portrait is a photograph of a person in their home or workplace that illuminates how they exist in their environment, or showing that what they surround themselves with is important. So you could show a painter in her studio among her canvases and paints and brushes. You could show a woodworker in his workshop, a baker in the kitchen, a quilter with her patterns and fabrics. It's valuing your life, the essence of your life, and what's important to you. It's saying that who you are and what's important to you is important enough to photograph. And this photo on screen is a couple that came in with their adult children and all their toddlers and had family pictures. And this is a photograph of the two of them. Next slide, please. So, photography, let's celebrate you. It's important to have at least one photo of yourself that you love, even if it's a selfie, even if it's only for you. Like I said before, our society values youth and beauty, and that can be really discouraging for older folks. But getting a portrait of yourself, existing in photos, being seen and heard is important, and I want us to claim that. When I visited my mom this summer, and she's in memory care back in Ohio, we were standing out in the garden, and I took a photo of my mom with my iPhone. And it wasn't because she looked so pretty. It was because I wanted to document this stage in her life. And in the photos, you can tell she has dementia. You can tell she has some health problems. But it was important to me to document it because I want to remember it. Each phase of life is valuable. Next slide. So leaving a visual legacy. So many seniors feel like the prime of their life is in the past. And this isn't to minimize the challenges associated with aging, aches, pains, failing eyesight, limited mobility. There are real difficulties with aging, but there's still joy and meaning, and we can celebrate that. The photo on screen is Zoe, and she was joining a board. So she wanted some photos, and this is one of her casual ones. She also has one in a nice suit. But she just wanted to show her quirky side and just wanted a portrait of herself for no other reason than she just wanted a portrait of herself. And there's another important part of having a visual legacy. How often have you gone to a funeral where the person's photo was 10, 20, 30 years old, or they were in a group photo and had to be cropped out because it's the only photo that they had? And isn't that a shame that they don't have one beautiful recent photo of themselves? On to the next slide, our photography challenge. Okay, so I do have a photography challenge for you because a lot of us do shy away from the camera, especially women. And I hear it all the time from clients. Oh, I need to lose 20 pounds first. I'm not photogenic. Why would I want all these photos of myself? But I want you to get used to the idea of existing in photographs. Take a selfie of yourself and appreciate it. You don't have to show it to anyone. It can be just for you. Take a photo of your friend and celebrate your friend. Take a photo of your parents if they're still alive and celebrate them and let them know how much you value having a photo of them. And the picture on the screen is Terry, and she wanted some professional photos from work. And she wanted this very strong photo of her as an executive. So she's wearing a blue suit and she just looks so strong and powerful in this photo. So if you have any questions or thoughts, I believe we're going to do a Q&A at the end of our presentation. And so I believe now Bonnie is going to talk about her video magic.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. And again, I'm Bonnie with Video Magic. And what Rebecca shared was so important and so timely. And I will the medium of video as opposed to photo is different, and yet it accomplishes so many of the same things. Again, I've been working with video for over 40 years. Had my first video production company in LA. We were the only video production company outside of the major studios in 78. I didn't even know how important video would become then. We used to use 3/4-inch tape. I just fell in love with video and cameras, and I had a business. I used to film actors. Now I film more business people, and I ended up filming my children's lives from the moment that they were born. This is before cell phones. It wasn't easy to be carrying a camera around with me, a video camera, which were huge in the day. And I carried that around with me all the time, mostly me taking the videos of everyone. They, when they saw it, they went, well, where's your mother? Because I was always behind the camera. Like my children and my husband did have a wife and a mother, but they didn't really get to see me. The importance, which I'll share with you in a little bit, of why it was so important that I captured so much of their childhood with their father, which, as I used to film them, my sons in particular used to say, would you stop with the camera? Get the camera out of our face. Now, 30, 40 years later, they are thanking me for having those memories, and that's the legacy. Video, it literally will capture the true essence of your life. You hear it, you feel it, you see it. It captures people's emotions. It's a photo come to life. So it's the next step after the photo. And again, it chronicles life's changes, and it tells stories, and it preserves the voices. So today I'll be sharing my passion for everything video related, the impact that the videos had on my life. I won't be getting into anything technical or the how-tos of how to do video, because that's a whole other thing, but rather the why video is the magical element to help preserve your life's treasured memories. So the role of video in the preservation of legacy. Video is a visual multisensory medium. When you watch a video, you feel it, you see it, you can almost smell the bread baking, you embrace it. It allows you to relive and re-experience moments that you had before that instead of trying to remember what it felt like when swimming in the pond with your friend when you were 13 years old, and you see it, and as you're watching it, you're back in that moment. You actually can relive it. So video serves many purposes, and I hope that you'll discover just a little bit of what I'm going to show you, the power of video for legacy, and that it will inspire and motivate you to see the possibilities that you can have and do and create using videos. One of the other things that I absolutely love about video is the element of surprise. When I have filmed weddings, and any big live event or celebration, my client is watching the video that I have created for them, then they go, "Oh, there's Uncle Joe. I didn't remember that Uncle Joe was even there, let alone that he got drunk and was, eating the cake and laughing." And it just, you see things and you remember things that you were too busy doing what you were doing during these moments, that the video is the reenactment of that for you, and you're able to see the entire experience afterwards and have that memory forever. And that's the beauty of it. So there's many different types of videos for legacy. I'll quickly go through some of these. There's the traditional, and the traditional is a video documentation of someone's life, their experiences, their stories, memories, their advice. These videos are usually created by a professional videographer, such as myself, who sets up an interview-style video shoot to ask you questions, fill in the blanks about your life. We weave in still photos and historical stock footage and make that into a final video. And I've been hired to do that quite often, and recently a lot, for people that, the grandparents are getting older or the parents are getting older, and they have so many stories that the kids just want to make sure that are remembered by then their children. So it's passing down from generation to generation. Special occasions is what I mentioned: weddings, birthday parties, engagement parties, retirement parties, lots of parties. And then capturing your child playing sports in school Toastmasters, theatrical events, any type of awards that they might be winning. The next is video photo montages. That's usually created to show at birthday parties, you've seen that, bar mitzvahs, but also very often at funerals and celebration of lives. Document small or large life journeys. I had an example when my dad, back in 2012, was going through a 3-month treatment for spinal stenosis. I filmed him with my old cell phone. It wasn't any type of great quality video, but I filmed his journey from beginning where he couldn't even walk with a walker to the end where he threw away his cane and he was Mr. Happy. And that video, I put it together for the doctor that did it for him. I think it's even on the doctor's website, have it on my YouTube channel, and it has the most videos of any video on my YouTube channel, probably about 70,000 videos. And it's probably the worst technically well-created video that I did, but you watch it and you cry at the end. And that's what video can do for you. And every day is just capture precious moments here and there. That's what video will do for you. But most importantly for you guys, catalog the videos by date, by people, by event, by place. So put them in an order, and you have to store them. You have to keep them. So the first thing is, if you have old VHS tapes, old anything, convert that to digital. So you convert it to an MP4 file. You then store it on a hard drive, on a USB flash drive. You upload it to something like Dropbox, and then you take these hard drives and you put it in a safe or a safe deposit box. With my hundreds of videos that I've had, I have converted them all to digital. I have them on hard drives. I've given some to my son, my other son. I have them, and they're in a safe deposit box. And I have one in the safe so that when the fireman knocks on the door and says, "You have to evacuate," and it's like, "What do I take? What do we want?" We want our important papers and we want our photos and our videos. Well, I have that on a flash drive or a hard drive. And the way to do that is so you don't have millions and millions of stuff now with everybody filming everything with their cell phones. So you have so much footage. Just create short edited videos of the best parts of the footage you have filmed, but don't just leave the videos or the photos, as Rebecca would say, just sitting on your phone or your iPad or your camera. It will do you nothing. You will lose it. You won't know how to find it when you want to show it to somebody, and it won't help you in your journey for legacy. And now I'm going to show you, this is my family many years ago. These are my two sons, my parents, myself, and my first husband, Rob. This was my family are the ones that I was always having a video camera and filming. And now I will show you a little video that I put together out of a bunch of footage. And the reason that I was saying I know of the power of video, because my husband, Rob, at the age of 53, passed away of a heart attack in the middle of the night. But because I was always filming Rob with my two children and our dogs, I can remember everything in rich real life detail of Rob's, his sense of humor, the pleasant sound of his voice, and the love he has for his family, and his many talents, such as playing the guitar and singing in harmony with my son Randy, who is now a professional musician, but who was playing the piano at the time. And here is a little video to show what I'm talking about. These are my kids, and the other voice you hear is my dad, their grandfather.
Let mine go sleep. Bye. Night.
This young boy now has two children of his own.
Don't leave alone.
Snow in Santa Clarita, California.
Here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Okay, Ryan, say hi to everybody in the camera. Say hi to Grandma and Grandpa. Say hi to, oh, where's Alan and Sue? Say where they are. Look. Let Ryan say.
Hey, where are they?
Put you in there. Come on in here.
My husband Rob rolling on the floor with our second dog, Champy.
Only Daddy knows how to do that.
Okay, now tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. Okay. Nothing hurts. And again, that was a couple of moments that I put together of hundreds and hundreds of hours of video. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have remembered my dad's laughter and Rob on the floor with the dog and the silliness and the love. And that it was not done. I did not do that professionally. That just filmed that. And you need to do that, people. It is so important for your family. So now we get into some things that I actually created and was hired to do for other people, for some clients of mine. So here was a video that I was hired to do of a birthday party for a 51-year-old. Actually, he was a doctor and he was just diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So actually, 7 months later, I was hired to film his celebration of life. But this was the birthday party. He was still here. And after I created the party, you can see on the left this was an email that I had received from his wife. Mike was the dad, was the doctor, that they watched the video with their eldest daughter. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. She said, I'm desperately trying to preserve as many memories as possible, especially for our small children. Your video captures his amazing personality. And thank you from my small children who don't even realize just yet how truly special and important your video is, especially in the decades to come when they might not remember the person he was. And here's a little bit of this video.
Wish you the happiest birthday. Mike and I love you. You're in our hearts. Just want to wish you a happy 51st birthday, and we love you. Just want to say how special you are.
I just want to say hello and happy birthday, Mike.
Enjoy this and have a great time. That's all I can really say.
Hey, Mike, this is Dad, and I'm saying this for your mother too. We're very proud of you, and I'm so glad that you found Emily. And
I love you. I don't have to say much, but I do love you. Thank you. Thank you.
So that was a wonderful thing to be there to be a part of. And again, unfortunately, he passed away the following year. And here are some other wonderful memories. I mean, everyone films bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and stuff. What was important here is that the grandmother was at this bar mitzvah, and without even knowing, I highlighted a lot of what I did. I focused on the grandmother. She was just adorable. And again, I got an email after the clients saw the video that I created for them, thanking me for my role in capturing the bar mitzvah. They told me that unfortunately, that the grandmother had passed away at 92. And she said, I share this with you because everyone is talking about how lucky we were. She was at the bar mitzvah, what a great time she had, and how fortunate we are to have had these beautiful pictures and video from just 3 months ago of these priceless gifts. And here you'll get to see the grandma a little bit. That's grandma. Singing away. And then this is a fun one. I was hired to film a 100-year-old birthday party for a gentleman, and his wife was having her 95th birthday party. And they were also renewing their wedding vows. What could be more precious than that? And of course, they wanted to document that. And it captured the love, the laughter. It was everything. So here's a little bit of that video. 100 years old and 95 years old.
Parents, this is their last party. Not their last birthday, but their last party. So, my mom, my sweet, kind mom, what a lady you are. You are my best friend. We share everything and you keep all my secrets. My dad. Oh, my dad, how much I love you. You are the most gentle, soft-spoken, loving man. You make me laugh. You have such a wonderful sense of humor. You're so smart. Please don't stop sharing your knowledge with me. My dad reads the New York Times every day, and he cuts out articles for me to read. You are an amazing role model. For me, I feel so fortunate that we are both here to celebrate each other's birthday and the anniversary. Thank you all, dear friends and family, for being here. You made it a special, special day. Thank you all for being here with us today. And we also are glad we are here. And we are both sitting up. As I look back over our 74 years, 888 calendar pages were turned in our life. Now, just think about that. So together, my memories are filled with warmth and love. Thank you, Bernie, for being here.
And that always touches my heart. And the last video that I'm going to show you is of a singer. I was hired to film a performance of a well-known singer from London who was celebrating her 90th birthday here in LA, where she now resides. She's both a performer and a songwriter well known in London. And this performance was a celebration of her life, her talents, her achievements, and her family who was on stage performing with her. I actually became friendly with the family, and every year now they invite me to her birthday, which also happens to be the same day as my birthday, which is January 19th. Their family all gets together in their daughter's house, who lives in Santa Clarita. They put on a little show starring their mom and grandma, and they play piano and they sing, and I am always invited to that. It's just very special and intimate, and that happens when I create video for people. There's just something so special about it that I become their friends forever. And here's just one of the songs that she wrote and is performing for this special occasion.
Once I had a secret love. I wore a nylon negligee. When our night of love was through, I said he didn't have to pay. When he asked me why our love was free, I said Sealy Mattress sponsors me. Last night we were on Channel 4. Now my secret love's no secret anymore. Thank you very much.
And to summarize, a video captures authentic moments. It helps you share personal stories. It basically preserves family traditions. It will convey emotions, love, and no matter what you do, take photos, take video, keep them, catalog them, store them, and make sure that your family has them for the future. And now I'm going to stop sharing so that we can take some questions and answers if anybody has anything to ask either Rebecca or myself, or anything that you might want to say.
That was wonderful, Bonnie. I love
Thank
seeing
you.
those videos.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
special.
Yes. Does anybody have anything that they want to say before I just kind of continue with? Yes, Denise.
Hey, Bonnie. Thank you so much for this. I actually happen to be writing my obituary, but I'm calling it my bio.
Yes.
And it's actually turning into a story. And I was looking at a program from someone who had passed last year, and I had thought I was going to the thought came to make my bio into a little photograph album. I like the idea of the video much better, but it's real hard to get my family together, so I won't be able to do that.
It is.
But that's the reason I'm here, because we're kind of thinking the same thing, just different formats. And I love what you do, so I will definitely make sure I keep in touch with you. And I wrote in the chat, I've been to Ruth's house for the birthday party, and you might.
My goodness. Well, I haven't been there. Every year that they invite me, I'm either out of town or I'm working or I'm unable to, to make it. But I did go one year, about 3 years ago, I believe. And they had a cake for me for my birthday too. It was
Okay.
It's just the sweetest family. Charles was there. Yeah. Charles is always the one to invite me. Yes.
They are so special, and the daughter and the mother sing together.
Yeah, the whole family was like, I could probably find, you know what, I might just try to find a video. I do have this video, which, well, we're getting on, so I won't show it now. But Venice, I'll send you some of go on my YouTube page. You look up Ruth Allen. I have all the videos on my YouTube page. Just put Ruth Allen performing, whatever, Bonnie Keith's channel. Well, thank you, doll. Thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to speaking with you.
I'll keep in touch with you.
Yes, RG.
Yes, this is a great presentation, and I would appreciate it if you and Rebecca both would just send me an email so I have contact information, because I want to get back in touch with you in the future, because I have some ideas.
Absolutely, RG.
So,
thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. if any of you want to become a call companion. And again, that's any of you can just pick up the phone and call a senior and make their day. And if you want any information, just email info@thefss.org if you're interested. And again, as I said, there are classes and classes. Here are just from the 1st of November to the 27th. You see how many classes we are having. Today was the Leaving a Forever Legacy. Same day, it's Healthy Sleep Habits While We Age, and also Functional Aging and Movement. So there's all kinds of stuff going on all the time. And if you'd like to share your feedback on today's session or anything, we'd love to hear from you. Any future classes that you would be interested in us teaching, sharing, again, just email info@thefss.org. This is our contact sheet if you want to get in touch with any of us. So we're pretty much at the end of the meeting. If nobody has anything else that they want to say, I want to wish you all yes, go on, girl. I love it.
Okay. Let me preface or clarify. The reason that I'm writing my bio is because single, never married, no children. So I'm in the pre-planning stage, and it's just a wonderful idea. I'm the only one who can write my journey and my story. So I'm a writer at heart, and I started working on it after I met with my pre-planner, and it's just turning into such a fabulous passion project, because I'm going back to the 40s when my grandparents were born. So I'm starting back World War II, working my way to when I was brought here. So nothing's wrong. I don't have any terminal illnesses or anything. It's just something that was suggested, and I think is a fabulous idea.
That is wonderful. And it is. It's again, if I didn't have all the photos and especially the videos that I've had for all of the things I've been through in my life, even down to while my recent husband, my second husband, was in the memory care unit with his dementia, I basically have that documented also from day one, because it was a journey, and I don't want to relive a lot of it, but it's there if I want to see how was he on that day, and and to remember, just to hear his voice again, and to remember, even though he wasn't able to speak, the way he looked at me when I came in and brought tears to my eyes. So, and that was just with my cell phone. So you guys just document your lives now. You have no idea what it will mean to your family. They'll say no now. They'll say, oh, but believe me, like my kids, it was like, stop with the cameras. And now they can't thank me enough, especially when their dad had passed so young and so suddenly, so many years ago. So again, I thank you all. I wish you a wonderful day.
Oh, we're good.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming. Venice, it's a pleasure. RG, same to you. Michelle, Sheldon, thank you all for being here, and we'll see you soon. Have a great one. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.